downtime. And you're not seeing any successful rotations from John Yuel, but they are still finding the lanes. Neon slightly behind, though. New Esports is finding some decent farm regardless.
They are. Both teams seem quite satisfied with playing the slow game for now. So we do have those 5-minute bounty runes coming up, but there'll be no engagements over those. Should be a fairly even 2-for-2 trade as per usual. Gotta wait for some like core items to be up before you can expect some rotations to be out from these two teams. All these heroes do require a bit more than just their base skills to get some kills going.
Look at top though, Mike. JG, he's got 3 heroes around him.
Mosen needs to get that cask out and does not bounce the right way, however, but they have a snowball to follow up. Barry activates the tag team, and now the blink strike in from Yamate is going to mean JG should buy, but here comes Playhard with an avalanche. He'll get a toss off, and that'll be Barry going down for first blood. Now Yamate gets shackled up. He can't TP out of there. The tricks of the trade will be out, but it won't matter as he is also going to go down. And JG survives in the end.
Oh man, I thought they'd have enough in the tank. Maledict on, tag team on, but both of those melee heroes copped the fire spirits. Yamate couldn't get an additional right click off, neither could Barry. And that's one of the risks you do run when you're jumping a Phoenix's melee heroes. You will cop those fire spirits when they're up, and with that up early on, that speed reduction is just too much. You just can't maximize that. Neon, 2 kills off the bat. Successful rotation for Yapaj. A good time overall.
Yeah, to make matters worse, John, Januel took the mid lane as Yapaj was gone. Denied off a DD rune against DDZ using his neutral creep, and it's going to really hurt for DDZ to never get a power rune this game. So they are very reliant, these Leshraks, on being able to have constant mana. But without that, it's been a tough mid lane for him. He's still found some CS, but he can't really make rotations in this Leshrak. It's just going to be low on mana at this point.
Yeah, and they're losing their mid-tier 1 super fast. New is not in a position to defend. Early tier 1 mid being taken out. That's a Leshrak lane. You expect the Leshrak to be the one to melt these towers, but with that objective gone, the jungle opens up just a bit more here for Neon to make rotations in.
We're going to try for a fight. Yapaj will get snowballed up, but he does get the win run. Still the tag team now coming out with the split earth. Not going to land on Yapaj, and Playhard goes in for an avalanche toss with a toss back on DDZ. Now the focus fire and the Icarus dive out, but there's Urena coming in from Candy Loon. He will save the day for DDZ, or maybe not. The fire spirits, the power shot, not going to land. DDZ walks out with 30 HP, and Candy Loon will get a double kill in that mid lane.
That was on the edge for New Esports, but they find some fantastic kills in return for that commitment. Neon just pushing the envelope a bit too much. They stick around after taking the mid-tier 1. They got punished, and New turned it around. 2-3 now, all of a sudden. Really timely movement from Candy Loon. This lovely start does mean that the Blink Dagger for him on the Mars is going to be up and running in a pretty decent time. And for New Esports, that is their main initiation. You know, Barry's Snowball is nice and all, but the Arena Spear is where most teams play around. So if you manage to get that blink at a faster timing, you're going to be happy regardless.
That you are. So they have left Skem farming freely in the CK, John, and he's really starting to pull ahead. He's almost got that Midas up on your Chaos Knight now. Looking good. That will go for a bit of a rift here onto Candy Loon, but does get skewered back, and now Barry gonna be there with Mosen. In fact, even DDZ gonna join in. They'll go for the snowball, and a great shot down from Barry, but Phantasm is gonna be popped by Skem, but he's dropping too quick, or maybe not. The Icarus dive in and the toss up on DDZ. He's the one to drop, but now the Arena is gonna be there from Candy Loon. He's got Skem, but Skem is life stealing and they can't kill him. The egg's gonna explode and the chase continues. Playhard in the middle of all this, getting snowballed now, but it may not matter as they've got to come out sometime. Mosen, he will be the one to die. Now Barry on the run, but the Shackle and Avalanche gonna be out of Barry. He is certainly dead. The only man left standing being Candy Loon. And it's just perfect play out from Neon Esports.
Middle tower.
It's just a wonderful back and forth between both teams. They are never afraid to commit 5 heroes down the lane when they see movement out. I have to say that was surprising for New Esports. Again, I thought Mozen's Maldic caught. It didn't clip Skem. It looks like he dodged it out with a Phantasm right in time. And because of that, you don't find that one big kill. You sacrifice a lot. It's 5-3 now for Neon's way. And because he didn't kill Skem, he's got his Midas. It's flying in now. Power treads with 1 Wraith Band and a Midas at the 10-minute mark. Really good timings in that CK. He's just set to really climb up the network as he's already #1 so far.
Good feeling for Skem. That's only set to escalate. Of course, Yamate has been doing a decent job on the Riki. He's getting fairly close now to that Diffusal Blade, but he does need that up before he can feel confident in his ability to start really doing some damage in these team fights. Try to dish out some harass here on Play Hard, and that is a lot of damage, but he's not going to try to finish off the kill. Just let Play Hard get out of there. Perhaps believing that he may have had teammates behind, but mid lane, Yopaj, what a shackle. Onto DDZ, and now Focus Fire is there, but Snowball out from Barry. The shards not going to lock Yopaj in. He'll go back onto Mozen now with Play Hard coming in. There's an Avalanche, but your Focus Fire and Power Shot did not connect. Now your Shackle's not latching either, but Mozen is still going to go down. And Yopaj wants to try for more. Doesn't have the Shackles, however. We'll have to let Barry go.
Yeah, and they just managed to find something for nothing. They force out some spell uses from New Esports. The supports are always forced to follow DDZ around because when he gets jumped, you don't want that Lesh falling behind. We talked about that timing issue. And Neon, knowing that they've got these spells up, they've got the egg, they smoke up here.
Leave Yopaj in that mid lane. He's already got that tier 1 tower, but he can TP down. They still have that tier 1 bot tower, and here he comes. He's going to go for the TP now onto DDZ. A great start, a great Shackles, and Play Hard. A 3-man Avalanche. They've got the arena down. JG has to commit the egg now. Try to survive this one as Mozen is trying to run away on that Witch Doctor, but they'll go for Yamate. He'll use the tricks of the trade, but the Shackles are out from Yopaj once again, and the Power Shot right to the face of Yamate. They just can't catch a break, New Esports.
Under attack.
No, every single movement they have out is punished. They don't even manage to find that tier 1 bot. This is the second time they've thrown bodies on that tower. Neon are set to just get a push going. They're going to try to defend a bit. There's no egg, there's no Hand of God. There might be an opportunity, but they are a man down.
They are. Looks like they'll let this one go, Neon. I mean, it is only the bottom tier 1 tower. Don't really need that one if you're Neon, but New Esports definitely do need to have that bottom tier 1 tower on the Radiant side go down. They've been trying for a long time, but it's just not happening. Mid lane, however, Play Hard. Gonna get snowboard on with the Warrior's Punch and the shards, but he's not dead. In fact, Yopaj is gonna rotate in. There's no Focus Fire yet. They have
Yamate
found the Riki, however, but Yamate is gonna be all right. Even Skem to show up on the CK. But they will not engage, rather disengage.
That's safer. I think their sentry down mid expired right when the Shackle came out, so he couldn't follow up. And Yamate was just camping around. He had the double damage rune. He wanted to find an opportunity, just not really getting there. So they miss out on a nice spike in Neon, slowly building up that lead. 2k advantage now. The Midas and Skem paying dividends. You've got Yopaj with a Force Staff. So he opts for some utility, some movement out of that smoke screen first, although...
Mid lane, Yopaj, he's been caught out in that arena with the spear out. Avalanche is there from Play Hard. Yopaj, he's wind running. He can't get out of this though. The Warrior's Punch is going to be there from Barry.
Under attack.
They're going to move into that mid-tier 1 perhaps. New Esports, they just need a creep wave.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, they dropped their top tier 1 though, so they're gonna have to look to make this a trade. But you see Neon, they're TPing all their heroes down, they're ready for the defense. That was the blink reveal from New Esports as well, so there's no further surprises lined up, and they can't capitalize into an objective. They just leave that mid tier 1 alone.
Has been killed.
We'll get a courier. Let's get it. It was actually JG's Veil of Discord going down. Not a bad snipe there from DDZ. It's actually quite valuable. But you've got to get some objectives. They're trying. They're going to go bot lane again. It's only Yamate here, however. You're going to need a lot more than that to get this tier 1 down. And in fact, they might not even have a chance. JG, Icarus diving for a bounty. Your Page actually kills off Barry by himself up at that top lane. Now you just definitely can't make a push happen if you're new esports.
This decision making of new esports is not going too well. Like, again, this is a Leshrac draft. You want to melt these towers fast. You want to play with the early timings of DDZ. The more they delay this, the more time there is for Neon to build up, perhaps into the BKBs, which you do see Yapaj is queuing up next. You know, you're gonna have perhaps a pipe down the line as well after certain items come out. You're giving time for the Chen to upgrade his boots into Guardian Greaves. So there's way too much sustain that you're gonna be dealing with as this game drags on. And the Leshrac's damage output doesn't scale proportionally. You know, it has a hard cap. At some point, DDZ, if he's not doing damage now, change much later on.
Oh, it is not. Yamate, I believe he might have the defusal on the way on that Ricky.
Is under attack.
They desperately need it. But imagine, you should expect some kind of smoke out from the side of new esports with that defusal blade. I don't think you necessarily want to just sit on this item. You can go for a kill right now. The bot lane is being forced in by JG and play hard, but they are just huddling in that mid lane.
Radiant are scanning.
Maybe Yamate doesn't feel confident without the BKB. Queued that up, but I don't really think you can afford to wait that long.
Nah, it's such slow going for farming. You talk about the Ricky in this sense. You don't want to be farming creeps, you want to be farming heroes. Yamate has not found that opportunity to try picking off Neon for himself. To be fair though, the supports are pretty tanky. Like Tiny is pretty tick, so is Chen. So it's really difficult for Yamate to nail it in. But he's sitting on a defusal, man. It's just not what you want to see from Ricky. With this kind of defusal timing, you just want to go.
You definitely do. Just gonna continue this farm up down to that bot lane.
Under attack.
Neon. You've got Playhard who's almost got that Blink Dagger up now on that Tiny. He's gonna have it up. It's on the way. It's gonna cause a lot more headache for this new esports side. They continue to remain grouped up for now. Of course, DDZ on that Leshrac, John, he has had such a tough game. It has not been a fun game for this man.
No.
He's got the Yules up, but it's a Leshrac, right? You need to be ahead in net worth. You can't be this far behind.
No, it's just not enough. And look at new esports. This is the 4th time they've clumped up around bot. Can they actually find a tower this time?
Spear is good from Candy Loon. That'll follow up with a snowball now. They want to burst this man down, and they do just in time. But now the avalanche and toss.
Oh, Yamate.
Spies Shackle. Yeah, they caught Yamate. He'll get the tricks of the trade-off, but they have lost Mosen. And now Yamate's still trying to TP out. Will make it. Very, very nice TP. So it just ends up in a 1-for-1. Definitely a positive trade there for new esports. But Neon might try to make it worth their while, but pushing the bot tier 1. In fact, no, they're just going to leave it be. They'll get back to their own jungle.
That is the 4th time. 4th time new esports clumps up bot, gets a team fight out, does not find a tower. Maybe they can punish this. Neon are looking to force that bottom tier 1.
Avalanche play hard with the toss out. They've already almost lost Barry, but it's a good arena on Yapaj. Still the Sunray, and Yule's going to be out now with the split earth. Yapaj is very, very low and should go down and does, but now you lose DDZ on that Leshrac. Oh, it's not what they want. Mosen, he's also gone. Skem is hitting way too hard. They'll go in for that tier 1 bottom tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And it's actually a success for Neon. So New find some trades, but they get Yapage. That's the big one. They still trade EDZ away. So Leshrak's not feeling too good, and they lose the tower. Like Neon, that's their, what, second clump up for that bot tier 1? Works out as a success. New Esports have still not made progress in any of these objectives, Mike. Not only is that bot tier 1 healthy, the mid tier 1 as well, the top tier 1 is halfway below the most progress they've had, but you want more. You want these towers gone, not just standing like that.
No, I agree with you on that. Still one tower yet to be taken here for New.
Mine is truly a blessed gift.
I'm sure they'll get there soon enough. Only problem being, the longer this goes on, the more farm Scam becomes. He's already got that SNY up, working towards that hard Tarask now. That is a very, very scary kind of deal here for New Esports. And once that hard is up, I just don't know how you kill him.
Bottom tower is
They
under
It's going to be
attack.
up very soon.
Radiant structures
It's
are
just
fortified.
not, they just don't have enough. Like, you're depending perhaps on the magic damage and EDZ, but he just dies too fast, and it's just so much HP here on top of the sustain Neon has. Like, we talked about the issues, but it's a Chen Phoenix. They heal like madmen. They've got free doctors in here providing free healthcare, and New Esports can't counteract that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Neon just continue taking over this dire jungle. Must understand how far ahead they are, and Skem is 300 gold off the heart at 21 minutes in.
Ooh, man. That is just a
300
perfect
gold
game.
off. I mean, it
Perfect
really
game.
is.
Like this kind of timing with the SNY on top, with the Midas first, with the power treads on. The New Esports right now, what are we looking for? The BKB still needs to come out from Yamate, but then you start to want more damage on that Ricky. A bit late for the Battle Fury, but still sort of plausible to build into. It helps you clear out those Chen creeps, helps you deal with the CK Phantasm illusions.
GG. Yeah, getting caught out there. He wanted to try and defend that tier 2 bottom tower, but it does not work out for him. And now Skem looks like he wants to go for the fight anyway. Pops the Phantasm. There's playing hard with your toss avalanche on Candylune, and now Mosen just deleted. And Candy, he'll also go. Play hard. He might die to the Melodict, or he might not. He'll survive. You saw Skem, as soon as he uses that rift, it's gone.
Oh yeah. His damage output is just insane. His durability is off the charts. He's got his level 18, so that's a max level Phantasm. He inches closer and closer towards his level 20 talent. And either one. I think in this case you'd really want the Spell Immune Reality Rift, just so you could rip through that BKB pickup of Yamate. Once you have that talent up, it's going to coincide with that. In fact, looking at Yamate, Mike, he's at level 14. Skem is at 18. That's a 4-level lead from the CK over that Ricky.
That's a problem. That is a real big problem. He's got the BKB coming out. It's about that time now. You've got to make something happen with this draft. The Roshan started. So Neon, they're going to force this. Now with that BKB, perhaps you couldn't have asked for a better time if you're New Esports. They'll get vision with the shards. Smoke broken, Candy, nice skewer in. Task also thrown out. But Skem just pops the Phantasm and keeps going. He's not afraid of this. Goes for the rift. Mosen. Oh, he goes way too close. Will buy back. Now play hard. Moving in. There's the arena from Candylune. But look at the damage out from Skem. It's too high. Now the egg out as well. They need to snowball out of there, but that egg is going to explode right on top of their head.
No.
They'll lose a secondary. They'll lose a third. And they'll lose a fourth. That'll be your Tusk gone. And Candy, the only man out of there but your Page. He wants to have a snipe at this. He will not connect. Candy will be alright, but the Roshan is going to go to the way of Neon Esports.
Oh, that was such a clumsy initiation from you. They jump in, they already break their smoke, they already saw the CK inside, but they don't move in. They feel like they bait Neon outside. They're the ones who got baited out instead. And Barry's Snowball might have cost them that. Barry's Snowball in the middle of that egg, letting it go a bit too late, stunning 3 of his heroes. Yamate's BKB was revealed there, and he still got stunned because the egg actually went off. it's just not lining up here for New. They need to find a way to maximize these item pickups. They're 6k behind. It's not that big. Now, looking at that chart of net worth, a lot of that gold is just in scam. You're still finding farm in DDZ. You're still finding farm on Yamate. You just need to protect them.
He's going to go for a casual solo kill into Candy, but can he get it done? Candy going to go for the TP play and should make.
Oh,
he can't.
Shackles.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that is an 8-second shackle cooldown. That is not a good feeling for Candy.
Oh, that is just sickening. I mean, you've seen a lot of work with that cooldown talent, and it's just so difficult when you latch it and they're chasing for more.
Yeah, DDC gonna not get shackled, but Yopaj gonna keep up vision. There's your split up, but Skem now has the rip down with a full second stun. He won the roulette. Play hard. Gonna find Barry on the tusk. Will blink out of there, but Yopaj is on the chase. And Barry is certainly just going to die here to Yopaj. Poor old Yamate. He's just behind them, not knowing what to do. He's just helpless.
He doesn't have a TP for a bit longer. Just an awkward position. Fortunate he didn't walk into the sentry, because he would have been very dead at that situation. But 21-9 now, Mike. 8k, 9k net worth lead. It is harder to gap that. The movements from New Esports hasn't been helping. They lose their mid tier 2. They've got one outer tower left. They still have some steady progress. Yamate is working towards the Manta. I don't know if you want more defensive items. Like, I think in this case, if you went for just raw damage somehow, if you wanted to save up for the nullifier, that might have been enough to help you contend with this. But the Manta at this point, I don't know if Neon's gonna be phased by that at all. Like, maybe you break off one dust and run away, but past that point, Neon just buys more dust, or maybe just buys out a gem.
There's a DD rune down at that bot lane. Gem's about to have an AC up, and I don't think New Esports want to let him have that DD. In fact, Yopaj might even take it. He will. There's your AC up, and they're going to run at them again. Ozen trying to get some wards out, is going to pay for it with his line. No chance of survival there, and oh, play hard. He found another. It's going to be Barry with the avalanche toss out and the shackles. And that'll be another double kill out for Skem. John, he is 10-0-5 right now. Yamate trying to help out DDZ and trying to get himself out. They'll be fine.
Is under attack.
But how do you deal with this Chaos Knight? He's just too far ahead.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, your damage on Ricky's not enough to pierce through all that armor and HP on Skem. Your damage on DDC has tapered off, and he doesn't even have his level 18 for the Max Pulse Nova. They're going to try to hold the high ground. Now, they've got the arena. You can play really well in the high ground. Is that control going to be enough? It just doesn't feel like it.
DOTA Plus would agree with you, John. Sitting at 97% right now for Neon Esports. Skem gonna keep going after that Rax. Easy Rax for him. He might even go for a second. He's hungry today. No, Skem, he's gonna loop around back towards that mid lane and maybe get that creep wave pushed out. But that's a first easy Rax. I mean, there was literally no defense. In fact, your Yamate's dying to the CK illusions in his own base. Not
a good sign. I mean, those hit hard, but you don't expect them to hit that hard by themselves. And it's just a very difficult game now for New Esports. They've got 2 racks to defend. They're trying to
DDC?
kick out.
DDC? What? Maybe mispositioning there. Candy, he's going to jump in with the arena. They still have the Leshrac alive. He's trying to survive, but it's not looking great for New Esports. As Skem now just gets to work. He'll get one, and he'll chase for more now. Yamate getting focus fired down by Yopaj. It is not looking great for him. He is left alone. He will go down, and now the Tusk as well. Being shackled up, and he's gone. Pop that Phantasm. It's time for another Rax, it seems.
Oh yeah, it's too much. Like they've got a couple of buybacks. They don't have a arena for a very long time, and there's nothing to stop Neon. They're just gonna keep going. The Aegis does expire. Mind you, Mike, Yopaj did not have MKB for all of those fights. He has it now, so his damage is even higher. And just like that, another Rack's gonna go for more.
Dire's top tower is under
Why not?
attack.
How do you stop him? There is no damage on new esports. Feels like literally zero.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Gem takes a tier 3 and that'll be it. He wants to back off a bit.
They're,
Which I
playing-
must admit I'm a bit shocked by that.
It's just a cautious play. Perhaps worried about giving out opportunities. They don't have the hand of God. Maybe they just want to wait for that to be up before committing, just to have a safety net. There's also a few tier 3 items left to pick up. Very ironic for Skem to pick up a repair kit. Doesn't look like anything needs repairing on this map just yet for Neon.
Well, their mid and top lane still have all their towers, so I guess you can guarantee that you'll keep them from this point. Do have the Guardian Greaves now up on Januel, so a lot more sustain coming up from our Chen. It's a matter of when Neon want to go. They may just feel like there is zero chance for new esports to come back with this draft, and well, they've got a 1% chance apparently, so wouldn't be wrong in saying 100, I suppose. JG might get run on, they'll go for a smoke. Live Scotty now up on Scam, but they do get a nice arena off onto JG. He could not get the egg off in time. This could be it, but Scam jumps in with a 3-second stun, and that is Barry being deleted. Candy is just TPing out with his BKB, as he knows he can't take the damage, but Mosen gonna get rifted mid-air. The end is nigh, I believe, and yeah, they'll call the GG. They've had enough. That'll be your game 1. Going the way of Neon Esports in a very convincing fashion.
Oh yeah, spectacular performance from Neon. You can see why you've got to ban that Chen. It's not just a scammy hero. Januel plays it perfectly well. They play around the tempo of it nicely. And we talked about this team doing different drafts. They go back to the Leshrac.